My stepdaughter laughed when her mom cheated on me. Now she's begging me to pay for her college. Hello Reddit Talkative here. Let me take you back about 6 years ago, when I was 42 and freshly married to a woman named Claire. I had been divorced once already and wasn't exactly jumping to get hitched again. But Claire, she was different. At least, I thought she was. Funny, smart, beautiful, and she had this 14-year-old daughter named Morgan. Sassy, a little cold at first, but I figured that was typical teenage behavior. I didn't have any kids of my own, but I always wanted to be a dad. So when I married Claire, I tried hard to step up. I showed up to Morgan's school plays, helped her with her math homework, even though she hated asking me, taught her how to drive. I wasn't trying to replace her dad. He wasn't really around, but I did try to be someone she could count on. Over time, things got rocky between Claire and me. Nothing huge, just little things that kept piling up. She'd stay out later and later. Her phone suddenly had passwords. She started hanging out with this friend from work, Drew. I brought it up once, and she gaslit me so hard I walked away thinking maybe I was just insecure. Stupid, I know. Fast forward to the day everything came crashing down. I came home early from a business trip, gut feeling, and walked into my own house to find Claire and Drew on the couch, halfway to naked. I didn't say anything. I just stared. Claire screamed. Drew ran like a coward. And Morgan? She came downstairs in the middle of the chaos, took one look at the scene, and laughed, like a full-on laugh. Not nervous, not awkward. She actually laughed. I'll never forget the way she said, "Well, guess you finally figured it out." I packed my bags that night. I told Claire I wanted a divorce. She cried, said it was a mistake, that she didn't mean to hurt me. Morgan, standing behind her, smirked and whispered, "Don't let the door hit you." That moment broke something in me. Not just the betrayal from Claire, but from Morgan too. I'd given them everything I had. I paid the bills, bought Morgan her first car, covered dance lessons, tutors, braces, even a trip to Disneyland. I was just the stepdad. But I never acted like it. The divorce finalized 6 months later. Claire got the house because it was in her name, and I walked away with my dignity and my dog. I didn't fight her in court. I didn't want to be tied to her in any way. She tried to stay in touch, even hinted at trying again. I blocked her number and never looked back. Morgan never reached out, never said thank you, never apologized. Until last week. She's 20 now, a freshman in college, or trying to be. She tracked down my email through an old mutual friend and sent this novel about how she's sorry for how she treated me, that she didn't realize how much I did for her, how much I cared. She said her mom's been a mess ever since the divorce, that Drew turned out to be an alcoholic and left Claire a year later. She mentioned how money's tight, how she had to take a break from school, how she misses having someone who believed in her like I used to, and then she asked me if I would help pay for her tuition. I sat there reading it, feeling so many things: anger, disbelief, sadness. This was the same girl who laughed when I found out her mom had betrayed me, who mocked me, humiliated me, treated me like a joke. And now I'm supposed to write a check? I didn't respond right away. I wanted to think. I talked to my therapist about it, and she said something that hit hard. Sometimes closure comes in the form of silence. But me being me, I didn't want silence. I wanted clarity. So I replied. I told her the truth. "Morgan, I appreciate your apology, even if it came years late. I'm glad you're realizing things now, but back then, you laughed at me when I was at my lowest. I was never your real dad. But I tried to be the best version of one, and you threw that away. I won't be paying for your college, not because I want to punish you, but because actions have consequences. You had someone who loved and supported you, and you chose to mock him when he was broken. I hope you finish school. I really do. But I won't be your safety net anymore. Take care of yourself." She didn't reply. And honestly, I don't expect her to. But for the first time in years, I feel like I finally got closure. I thought that would be the end of it. I really did. I felt like I'd said what needed to be said. Finally set the boundary that should have been set a long time ago. But about 3 days after I sent that email, I got another one. It just said, "You're right. I don't deserve your help, but I had to try. I'm sorry again. For everything. I was a kid, and I thought my mom could do no wrong. I thought you were just this annoying guy trying to take her place. I didn't realize how much you actually cared." That one hit me harder than I expected. It's wild how a few sentences from someone who once hurt you can stir up everything you thought you buried. I wasn't expecting humility from her. I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't reply, but I didn't delete it either. I've read it probably 15 times now. Not because I'm thinking of changing my mind, but because part of me needed to hear that. Maybe not for her, but for me. To know I wasn't crazy. That all the things I did, all the effort I put in, wasn't totally unseen. Just unappreciated at the time. It's like that quote, I think Maya Angelou said it, people will forget what you said, forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Well, maybe that goes both ways. I'll never forget how she made me feel when she laughed that night, but maybe she won't forget how I showed up when no one else did. You want to know something kind of twisted? There's still this tiny part of me that hopes she makes it, that she pulls herself out of whatever hole she's in, gets her degree, builds a life, becomes someone better than what her mom showed her how to be. I hope she learns how to treat people who love her. I really, truly do. But I'm not her savior. I tried that role. Didn't suit me. Claire reached out too, by the way. Yeah, after all these years, it was a Facebook message I almost didn't open. Her profile picture is her and some rescue dog. I guess Drew's out of the picture for good. She said something about regret and how life is short, and that she'd like to reconnect, even if just to say thank you. I blocked her, no hesitation. I don't need to reopen wounds that finally stopped bleeding. I don't regret walking away. I regret not doing it sooner. I regret sacrificing myself to be the good guy, the dependable one, when what I needed to do was protect my own peace. I used to beat myself up, wondering what I did wrong, what I could have done differently, but now, I know better. I didn't fail them, they failed themselves. I've got a new life now. Quiet, simple, peaceful. I started woodworking again, something I gave up when I got married because Claire said it took up too much space in the garage. I built myself a bench last month. Nothing fancy, just something solid, something mine. Every time I sit on it with a coffee in the morning, I remind myself that I built this, with my own 2 hands. Nobody can take that away from me. Funny how a bench can be more loyal than some people. So no, I won't be paying for Morgan's college. But maybe I paid enough already. Emotionally, mentally, financially. This time, I'm investing in me.